Hello, in this video we're going to look at how to expand and simplify expressions with two pairs of brackets. So we've got 3 questions here, and I'd recommend you pause the video and have a go before watching on. Okay, so the first thing we need to understand is this acronym here called FOIL, which stands for first, outer, inner, last. All right, let's apply it. So the first thing means first term times the first term. So let's just write it out. So 3x times 2x, I'm going to write it out so that we can see all the terms first, but we'll make it simpler soon. First term times the first term plus the outer terms. So 3x times 1 plus the inner terms. That's the next bit, inner. 2 times 2x plus the last terms, 2 times 1. So I write them a little bit apart, and then you're just going to simplify that using BIDMAS, right? So BIDMAS says that multiplication comes first. So we're going to do all of these and simplify it. So 3x times 2x, well, 3 times 2 is 6. X times x is x squared, plus, well, 3 times 1 is 3, x times 1 is just x, plus 2 times 2 is 4, x times 1 is x, plus 2 times 1 is 2. And then you have to ask yourself, is this fully simplified? Well, it is not. We have some like terms in there, right, in the middle. So I can add that 3x plus 4x is 7x, and then just rewrite 6x squared plus 7x plus 2. So it's nice when both the brackets are addition, but when there's a negative involved or subtraction, it can get a little bit trickier, but you just need to know your rules for negatives and positives numbers. Okay. So again, using this acronym, whenever you see 2 pairs of brackets next to each other, FOIL, first by first. So 4x times 4x, and I'm just going to write the answer down instead of writing all of it out. So hopefully that's okay. 4x times 4x, well, 4 times 4 is 16. X times x is x squared. Okay, outer, so plus the outer number. So 4 times negative 5. You need to take that sign out the front. 4 times negative 5 is negative 20. And then x times 1 is just x. And then we've got our inner numbers. So inner numbers. 1 times 4 is 4. So positive 1 times positive 4. X times x is just x. And the last numbers. So we've got positive 1 times negative 5. Positive times a negative is a negative. 1 times negative 5 is negative 5. Sometimes I see students add those numbers there, but that is not quite right. So you want to be multiplying at this first step. Multiplying any numbers that you put down. And then you're going to be looking at like terms and adding or subtracting, okay? So I'm going to write down the 16x squared. There's no other like terms there, but there is like terms in the middle. And again, you have to take that sign out the front. Negative 20 plus 4, well, it's getting more positive, but it is still actually negative. Negative 16x, and a take 5 on the end. So that is it expanded. And then we've got one more over here. So this looks different, but you just need to remember, have a think about what squaring something means. Squaring something means multiplying it by itself. So there is a special rule that you can use to expand this, but for now we are just focusing on FOIL, that acronym FOIL. Okay, so squaring means multiplying a number by itself. So let's just do it. There's something called special binomial products, which I'll do a video on later. But for now, this is what we focus on. Squaring means multiplying by itself. So would you agree? 5x take 3y squared is the same as 5x take 3y times 5x take 3y. And then we've got our little acronym to keep up in our mind. FOIL. First number times the first number. So 5x times 5x. Well, 5 times 5 is 25. X times x is x squared. Plus the outer number. The outer numbers. And you need to take that sign out the front. You need to grab that negative with it, okay? 5x times negative 3y. 5 times negative 3. Well, negative times a positive is a negative, so I'm going to write negative 15. X times y, xy. And then, so we've got our outer bracket done. Inner bracket, so the inner numbers where you take that sign out the front, okay? So negative 3y times 5x will give me a negative number. So 3 times 5 is 15. xy or yx. And then we have got our last terms multiplied by each other. Now, taking the sign out the front, negative 3y times negative 3y. Well, a negative times a negative is a positive. So positive, then 3 times 3 is 9. Y times y is y squared. And then we ask ourselves, have we simplified it fully? Are there any like terms? Yes, there is like terms in the middle here, and we need to take that sign out the front. So I'll write 25x squared straight down. Negative 15xy take 15xy. It's getting more negative on that number line. So you're making it negative 30xy. Plus 9y squared. Okay, I hope that made sense, and I will see you in the next video, which will be factorizing expressions, which is the opposite of expanding. And I will see you there.